Good day, and so we continue with part 2 of the summer 2000 issue of CosmoGirl, the little sister of Cosmopolitan. This was a US import into the UK market, and when I got it, I thought I was the coolest person ever. I don't know any of my friends who had this, so because they were American teens, and this had come from California, maybe, I don't know, everything from America came from California at one point. I thought, well, I'm going to know everything. I'm going to be so clued up compared to my friends. But turns out, obviously I didn't. And in fact, if anything, I was the least cool of all my friends. So let's take a deep dive into the remainder of this magazine. So this advert from BMG Music, I don't understand it now, and I don't think I understood it then. There must be a catch, but I can't find it. So basically, they're saying you can order 12 CDs for the price of one, nothing more to buy ever. Here are some of the CDs you can get. So there's a couple of Backstreet Boys ones there. There's Phil Collins, The Hits, Rage Against the Machine. There's an All Saints album in there. So this is the little form that you would fill in and just send off. But you don't have to put your bank details in or anything like that. You just basically add the codes of the CDs or cassettes. Don't forget cassettes. And then you would choose a music category you like best, like light sounds or metal. So you pick 6 and then you buy one within a year and then you get 5 more free. That's 12 for the price of one. So there is a shipping and handling charge that is added. When you receive your free selections, preview them and examine the terms of club membership for 10 days. If you're not completely satisfied, return your free selections at our expense. So CDs were between sort of $15 and $17, cassettes between $10 and $12. And then once your outstanding introductory offer is ended, you get discounts up to 70% off. But is it all just like the worst CDs that are left behind? I don't know. I really don't understand. If you do, please leave me a comment. Here's a quiz. One of the best things that ever came out of magazines like Cosmopolitan and CosmoGirl. And this is the most 2000 coded question in existence. Question 1. When you head to the net, the first thing you do after turning on your computer is A, aim your mouse straight for AOL, then zap your crush, a super sassy IM. B, check in with your buddies and maybe pop into a chat room or two. The fact that buddies is in quotation marks makes me think that they are not your friends, i.e. they are internet friends. Or C, go to your favourite cool info site and catch up on the day's news and views. This is when fashion whiz Mark Montano brought the beach right to Veronica's room. So do you want a cool room? Of course you do. You just send a photo of you in your room and tell us in 150 words or less why it needs a facelift. Here he is, here's Mark, and here's Veronica, whose room has just been destroyed. That was Veronica's room before. And now she's got an inflatable dolphin hanging from the ceiling. She's got a fishing net with some cardboard starfish as her headboard. She's got some beach towels as pillowcases. Oh my God, I can't breathe. She's got a bucket of socks. That's a bucket of socks. That's where she's keeping her socks. They're in a bucket. She's also got a bucket as a table. And I've only just spotted this. Don't worry about curtains. You don't need privacy or blackout. Just put some shower curtains up as your curtains. I want to take a second to look into Mark Montano. So I've Googled him, and apparently he actually has his own YouTube channel with 200,000 subscribers. And it is full of the most crafty videos ever. How to make sparkly teacups, upcycled tin cans to make a kaleidoscope, how to make boho feather earrings. So this is real then. He was a crafty guy who can create things out of really cheap items. So you know what? He is the perfect guy for a teen makeover bedroom. He's an author, a designer, and a TV host. And he's worked in TV for over 20 years, according to his website. Here she is then, the woman of the hour. This is Britney Spears. Like I mentioned before, she has only just released, oops, I did it again, her second album at this point. First question though, asked by CosmoGirl. Okay, Britney, we have to ask, what's the deal with people saying you have fake breasts? This girl is only 18 here. And then the second question says, it seems like people are always on your case. Like you wore a pretty revealing outfit to an award show and got a lot of flack for it. I mean, you are perpetuating this. A little diary entry there from Britney, where she's just scribbled down something. She said, "Dear diary, all the interviews I've had lately are so into my love life. I'm too busy for a proper love life." I think this is when her and Justin were rumoured, but it was not a known thing that she was dating Justin Timberlake at that point, but she was. And then the most scariest interview I came across was this one with Hanson, which says as the subtitle, "They're back and even better this time round." It's been years since we've heard a peep from these three cute Hanson boys from Tulsa, Oklahoma. What do you mean years? They're still children. So how old were they the first time round? Umbot, by the way, is peak music, and that was released in 1997. So in this interview, Isaac is now 19, Taylor is now 17 and Zach is 14. There are no words. Fun fact, they have 15 children between them. That's what the internet is telling me. I don't make this stuff up. Are you always crying about your guy? Here's how to stop going for jerks and get your next crush to treat you like a princess. The manosphere and the toxic effect it is having on teenage boys is such a hot topic today, but they were talking about it back in 2000 and we didn't really see it. Finally, I want to show you this advert from Nintendo. Now, it's advertising Wario Land 3, which has just come out on the Game Boy Color. This advert is so aimed at teenage girls, and specifically girls who would wear a string bikini. It makes me so mad. Now, they put it in small print as if they can get away with it because not everyone's going to read this. But it says, "Guys dig Wario, and if you hang with him, they'll dig you." Yes, this Nintendo advert is bizarre, isn't it? It's like the most sexist gaming advert ever created. Of course, it's pink and it's wearing a bikini. I cannot imagine how they came up with that in the marketing boardroom. Well, I can. There was no woman involved. CosmoGirl was just everything, wasn't it? It wasn't the best advice, but it wasn't the worst either. Stay kind and I'll see you soon.